Have you ever stood at the base of a mountain, looking up at its towering peak, and felt overwhelmed? Not just by the height, but by the sheer magnitude of the climb ahead? Maybe it's not a literal mountain you're facing. Maybe it's a goal that feels out of reach, a dream that seems impossible, or a challenge that's testing your limits. What if I told you that the mountain isn't there to stop you? What if I told you that it's there to reveal the strength you never knew you had? Today we're going to explore a story, a journey if you will, that will change the way you see your challenges. It's a story about a young woman, a mountain, and the lessons she learned along the way. But more than that, it's a story about you. Because somewhere deep down, you already know this truth. The greatest mountain you'll ever climb is the one within yourself. Let's begin. There's a saying in the Himalayas: the mountain does not care who climbs it, it only reveals who you are. These words have been passed down for generations, and they hold a profound truth. Challenges don't discriminate. They come to everyone, rich or poor, young or old. But how we respond to them, that's what defines us. Think about it. Every great achievement in history, whether it's climbing Everest, inventing the light bulb, or overcoming personal adversity, has one thing in common: perseverance. The willingness to keep going, even when the path is steep and the air is thin. And just like the climber who trains for years to reach the summit, we too must prepare ourselves for the challenges ahead. Let me tell you a story that illustrates this beautifully. Aria had always been drawn to the mountains. Growing up in a small village at the foot of the Himalayas, she would spend hours staring at the peaks, wondering what it would be like to stand on top of the world. But Aria's life was far from easy. Her family struggled to make ends meet, and she had to work long hours to help support them. Still, she never gave up on her dream. She trained in secret, running up and down the hills near her village, building her strength and endurance. One day, Aria decided it was time. She packed her bag, said goodbye to her family, and set out to climb the mountain she had always dreamed of conquering. The first few days were exhilarating. The air was crisp, the views were breathtaking, and Aria felt alive in a way she never had before. But as she climbed higher, the challenges began to mount. The air grew thinner, making it harder to breathe. The path became steeper, forcing her to use every ounce of strength to keep going. And then there were the storms. Fierce, unrelenting storms that seemed determined to break her spirit. One night, as Aria huddled in her tent, listening to the wind howl outside, she felt a wave of doubt wash over her. "What am I doing here?" she thought. "I'm just a girl from a small village. Who am I to think I can conquer this mountain?" But then she remembered something her grandmother had once told her. "The mountain is not your enemy, it is your teacher. It will test you, but it will also show you what you're made of." With renewed determination, Aria pressed on. She faced every challenge head-on, learning to adapt and persevere. She met other climbers along the way, each with their own stories of struggle and triumph. And slowly but surely, she began to change. The higher she climbed, the stronger she became, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. She learned to trust herself, to push through her fears, and to find joy in the journey, even when the path was hard. Finally, after weeks of climbing, Aria reached the summit. As she stood there, looking out at the world below, she felt a sense of peace she had never known before. She had done it. She had conquered the mountain. But as she began her descent, Aria realized something even more important. The mountain hadn't changed her. It had revealed her. It had shown her the strength, resilience, and courage she had always had within herself. Your challenges are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. They are the rugged terrain that shapes you, the storms that strengthen you, and the altitude that reveals what you're truly capable of. Every time you push through the pain, every time you rise after a fall, you're not just climbing a mountain, you're becoming one. Think about it. The mountain doesn't care how many times you stumble. It only cares that you keep moving forward, and with every step, you're proving to yourself that you are stronger than you ever imagined. The summit isn't just a destination, it's a testament to your courage, your resilience, and your refusal to give up. And when you finally stand at the top, looking out at the horizon, you'll realize something profound. The mountain didn't change you, it revealed you. It showed you the warrior, the dreamer, the believer that was always inside you. So, keep climbing, keep fighting, keep believing, because the view from the top is worth every ounce of effort, every moment of doubt, and every drop of sweat. The mountain is waiting for you, and so is the best version of yourself. If this message resonated with you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiration to help you on your journey. Remember, the mountain isn't there to stop you, it's there to reveal you. Keep climbing. You've got this.